Words are not just sounds that leave your mouth. They are forces that shape the very atmosphere you live in. Every word you speak is like a seed, and every seed carries within it the potential to become a harvest. That harvest may either bless your life or burden your life, depending on what you choose to plant with your tongue. The truth is, you don't simply describe your life with words, you design your life with words. The environment around you, whether it is filled with hope or filled with despair, is not simply the result of circumstances, but often the result of declarations you have spoken over time. Think about it. When you continually speak words of doubt, you invite an atmosphere of fear and limitation into your life. You unconsciously build walls around yourself, walls that keep you from seeing possibilities. On the other hand, when you speak words of faith, vision, and courage, you open doors that may have never been visible before. Words are like keys. They can either lock you inside a prison of your own making, or they can unlock opportunities that elevate you into your destiny. This is why it is said that life and death are in the power of the tongue. You literally have the ability to speak life into situations that look dead and speak hope into moments that seem hopeless. Your future is not determined only by what happens to you, but by what comes out of you. People sometimes wait for perfect circumstances to show up before they begin to think or talk positively, but that is not how it works. Circumstances don't shape words, words shape circumstances. If you wait until life gets better before you start speaking better, you will wait forever. You must learn to speak words of life in the middle of challenges, words of abundance in the middle of lack, and words of peace in the middle of chaos. By doing this, you create an environment that attracts what you are declaring. Imagine a farmer going to his field and saying, "I'm not going to plant any seeds until I see the harvest first." That would sound foolish, wouldn't it? Yet that's what many people do with their words. They wait until they see results before they begin to speak positively. But words don't follow results. Results follow words. Just as a farmer sows seeds in faith, trusting that the invisible process in the soil will eventually bring forth a crop, you must sow words in faith, trusting that your consistent declarations will eventually manifest in your life. Consider how people are shaped by the words spoken over them. A child who constantly hears, "You're smart, you're capable, you're going to do great things," grows with confidence and the belief that greatness is possible. But a child who constantly hears, "You'll never be anything, you're a failure, you can't do it," begins to live under the weight of those declarations. The words we speak to others and the words we speak to ourselves build the framework of belief that directs behavior. What you continually hear and say eventually becomes what you expect, and what you expect eventually becomes what you experience. The most powerful thing about words is that they don't just describe reality, they can create new realities. If you are in a dark season of your life, you can speak light into it. If you are in a dry place, you can speak rivers into it. This doesn't mean you ignore reality. It means you choose not to let reality dictate your future. You use your words to declare where you are going, not just where you are. Words are prophetic in nature. They point you in the direction of your destiny. When you begin to understand this, you stop being careless with what comes out of your mouth. You stop making casual negative statements, "I'm always broke," or "nothing ever works out for me," because you realize those words are not harmless. They are seeds. Every time you say, "I can't," you water the seed of limitation. Every time you say, "I can," you water the seed of possibility. Eventually, one of those seeds will grow into a tree that dominates your environment. The question is, which tree do you want to live under? The tree of life or the tree of defeat? So the challenge is clear. Take responsibility for your words. Start planning intentionally. Wake up each day and declare, "This is going to be a good day. Opportunities are chasing me down. My future is bright. I am walking in purpose." These are not just feel-good affirmations. They are seeds being planted in the soil of your destiny. Over time, those seeds will grow into the environment you want to live in. Words create worlds. If you want to change the world you live in, you must first change the words you live by. Speak carefully, speak intentionally, and speak boldly. For the harvest you experience tomorrow will be determined by the seeds of words you plant today. Would you like me to continue the same expansion style for the other two keynotes as well? Your tongue is your steering wheel, and speak what you seek until you see it, so that you'll have a full connected speech. If you have ever watched a massive ship cut through the waters of the ocean, it is almost impossible to imagine that something so powerful and heavy can be directed by such a small piece of equipment, the rudder. The rudder is small compared to the size of the ship, but it holds the power to determine where that ship will go. In the same way, your tongue, though small, carries within it the ability to direct the entire course of your life. The words you speak determine the path you travel. Most people underestimate their words because of their size, just like we underestimate the rudder because of its size compared to the ship. We tend to look at our tongue as something minor compared to all the other parts of our lives. We think that decisions, connections, or resources are the main drivers of destiny, but the truth is that none of those things matter as much if your words are steering you in the wrong direction. The rudder does not work instantly, it works consistently. A ship does not turn on a dime, but if the rudder is held steady, the ship will eventually follow the direction it has been set toward. Likewise, your words may not change everything overnight, but they will eventually change the direction of your life if spoken consistently. Think about the journey of your life as a voyage across the ocean. Every word you speak is like turning the wheel of the ship slightly left or right. When you declare, "I'm not good enough," you are turning your ship toward doubt and failure. When you declare, "I can overcome this," you are steering your ship toward resilience and victory. Each word may feel small in the moment, but just like a rudder, its cumulative effect determines whether you end up in the destination of your dreams or stranded in the harbor of regret. Many people sabotage their own future without realizing it because they are steering with the wrong words. They say things like, "I'll never get out of debt," "I'll never find the right opportunity," or "I'll never be successful." With every word, they are turning their rudder in the direction of limitation, and without surprise, their life begins to follow that path. The tongue has the power to limit or to liberate, to block the flow of possibility, or to open the gates of opportunity. The question is not whether your words are steering your life, but where they are steering it. The powerful thing about this truth is that if your words got you into a negative direction, your words can also turn you around. Ships don't have to stay on a wrong course forever. When the rudder shifts, the ship follows. Maybe your life has been sailing toward fear, mediocrity, or brokenness because of careless words you've spoken. The good news is that you can change course. You can begin right now to use your tongue intentionally, steering yourself back toward purpose, abundance, and peace. The change might not be instant, but just as the ship gradually realigns itself with the new direction of the rudder, your life will realign with the new declarations of your tongue. Another important truth is that storms will come on your journey. The waters of life are not always calm, and the winds are not always favorable. But even in the middle of a storm, the rudder still works. Your words still matter, even when circumstances look overwhelming. In fact, your words matter most in those moments. When the winds of fear blow against you and the waves of uncertainty rise around you, what you say will determine whether you get pushed off course or stay on track. If you allow panic to steer your tongue, you'll drift further into chaos. But if you hold firm towards a faith, courage, and vision, your rudder will keep you moving toward your destination, even the roughest waters. It is also important to recognize that your tongue not only steers your life, but influences those sailing with you. If you are the captain of a ship and you steer wrongly, everyone on board is affected. Likewise, the words you speak don't just shape your own path, they affect your family, your friends, your team, and everyone connected to you. That is why speaking life encouragement and direction is not just a personal responsibility, but also a communal one. Your tongue can either guide others to safe shores or drag them into storms that were never meant for them. So how do you begin steering with your words intentionally? Start by being conscious. Don't let your tongue be on autopilot, repeating phrases of defeat or limitation without thought. Instead, use your words with focus and purpose. Replace I can't with I can. Replace it's impossible with it's possible. Replace I'm stuck with I'm moving forward. Speak your destination, not just your situation. Your tongue is your steering wheel, and you are the captain of your life. If you want to change where you end up tomorrow, change the words you are speaking today. Direct your life with intention, because every declaration you make is setting a course, and every course eventually leads to a destination. Whether that destination is one of greatness or one of regret depends entirely on how you choose to steer with your tongue. Do you want me to now expand the third step? Speak what you seek until you see it in the same 700-word deep dive style, so you'll have all three fully built for a powerful, flowing speech. One of the greatest mistakes people make with their words is that they use them only to describe life instead of using them to design life. They talk about where they are, but they rarely talk about where they are going. They rehearse their struggles, but they don't declare their solutions. They magnify the problems they face, but they fail to magnify the promises they carry. But if you want to step into a future that is bigger than your present, you must learn this principle. Don't just describe your situation, declare your destination. Speak what you seek until you see it. Faith is invisible. Hope is intangible. Vision lives in the unseen realm of your imagination. But words act as the bridge that carries your faith from the unseen into the seen. When you speak your destination out loud, you are giving form and direction to what was once invisible. Your words become the blueprint, and your actions follow the architecture that your declarations have already designed. Words are not just empty sounds, they are creative commands. They tell your mind what to expect. They tell your emotions how to feel, and they tell your environment what to prepare for. The problem is too many people allow their words to be trapped in the prison of their circumstances. They say, I'm broke, I'm sick, I'm stuck, and nothing ever changes. All of these declarations may be true in the moment, but they are not the whole truth. They are merely the current situation. And if you keep describing where you are, you will keep reinforcing it until it becomes permanent. That is why you must learn to shift your words from reporting your reality to declaring your destiny. Instead of saying, I'm broke, start saying, I am wealthy in process. Instead of saying, I'm stuck, begin to declare, I am moving forward into greater opportunities. Instead of saying, nothing ever changes, confess, everything is aligning for my breakthrough. When you begin to speak what you seek, your language changes the atmosphere of your life. Words carry frequency. They set the tone of your environment. Just as a thermostat doesn't describe the temperature, but sets it, your words don't just describe conditions. They establish them. A thermostat doesn't care if the room is too hot or too cold. It sets the climate according to what has been declared. In the same way, when you declare your destination, you are setting the climate of your future. Even if the current atmosphere doesn't match your words, the declaration begins to align everything until it does. Speaking what you seek also creates a new level of accountability. When you declare something with your mouth, you commit your heart and mind to it. If you declare, I am becoming debt-free, you begin to look for ways to manage money better. If you declare, I am walking in health, you begin to take actions that align with health. If you declare, I am stepping into purpose, you start looking for opportunities that connect with your calling. Your words guide your focus, and your focus fuels your actions. It is important to understand that declaring your destination is not wishful thinking or pretending. It is faith in action. There is a difference between lying about your life and declaring life into your situation. Saying, I'm a millionaire when you are in debt is not about denying your debt. It is about announcing your direction. You are not ignoring reality. You are shifting reality. Faith-filled words don't deny the facts. They defy the facts of the higher truth. This process also requires persistence. You cannot declare once and then give up when you don't see results immediately. Remember, seeds take time to grow. Just as a farmer continues to water the seed even when he cannot yet see the harvest, you must continue to speak your destiny until it manifests. Every declaration is another drop of water, another ray of sunlight, another moment of nourishment that brings the unseen vision close to becoming visible. Sometimes the environment around you will resist your words. People will tell you, stop being unrealistic. Stop dreaming too big or just accept things the way they are. But the reason others cannot see what you are declaring is because the vision was not given to them. It was given to you. That is why you must be consistent. Keep speaking what you seek even when others don't understand. Keep declaring even when evidence is scarce. The moment you stop declaring is the moment you stop directing your destiny. Eventually, persistence pays off. The invisible becomes visible. The faith you spoke out loud becomes the future you step into. Opportunities you once declared begin to chase you down. Relationships you called forth begin to appear. Breakthroughs you declared and faith begin to manifest in reality. And when they do, you realize that your words were not wasted. They were working even when you couldn't see them. So if you want to change your life, change your language. Stop rehearsing the pain of your present and start declaring the promise of your future. Stop speaking only about the problem and start speaking toward the solution. Don't let your tongue be a reporter of your struggles. Let it be the architect of your success. Speak what you seek until you see it, because words are not just expressions. They are instructions. They are orders you give to your destiny, commands you send into your future, and blueprints you hand to your tomorrow. The harvest you are waiting for is hidden inside the seeds of the words you speak. Keep planting, keep watering, keep declaring, because the day will come when your eyes will behold what your mouth has been saying all along. Would you like me now weave all 3 expanded steps into a single flowing 2100 wordful speech on how words can make a way for you in the same style, so you have